And welcome back to Music Free Gaming. I hope you're having a fabulous day. It is a beautiful Thursday. There are explosions going off in the background. It's just that sort of day. How you doing? It's great to be here. So, let's get into some Create Mod, and we're going to talk about what's going on as we build, because there's some interesting stuff happening in the world. So, it's definitely things happening. So, first off, I'm going to finish this building around the cactus farm, because honestly, the cactus farm needs a little bit of love. And I think what I'm going to do is, at least through here, that love is going to be in the form of green concrete. Because, you know, green concrete is totally lovable and stuff. Sorry, I had a cough. I was teaching a workshop at the end of my workday, and my voice is a little tired. It happens. Anyway, so we're going to get this in. But, special announcement for everybody who did not see it in the Discord this morning. This will be the last episode of this Create Mod world. I'm going to finish up this cactus farm. And once this is all done, I'm going to do a world tour so everyone can see kind of where we're at now. Now that I've spent 112 episodes in this world and all of that fun. It's been 6 months or so. Hey, Sprite, how's it going? Welcome in over on the Twitch side of things. Yep, so we're going to do that. So we're going to finish this. We're going to do the world tour. And there may be some other fun. We'll see. But we're going to do that. But yeah, we are definitely coming up on the end of this happy world. And honestly, it has been so much fun. It has been fun. But it is time to finish things up and say goodbye and all of this goodness. But it doesn't have to be all, because supporters at musicfreegaming.com are awesome, and we'll have the world download available so that they could load this up on their own desktop or server or whatever and check it out, play here, explore, add their own things, whatever, blow it all up. You know, that's at that point, it's your world, not mine. So yeah, so that's going to be a thing. I think I want to do a little bit more decor here on these windows. But yes, I will let you know, Sprite, probably this weekend. But I will let you know. So yeah, it's going to be great. Lots of fun. And starting Saturday, I'll be back in vanilla doing vanilla things, and that'll be cool. So I'm going to pick back up with where I left off with Going Solo Season 3, and yeah, all sorts of good stuff. Yep, no worries, Sprite. Okay. No, you do not go there. No. Alright, so basically what I'm doing here is I'm just going to get a quick glass pass. There we go. Glass pass. It's what you use to manage your pathwords. And I think what I want to do, what I would love to do is put glass in here, but I can't because I decided to put a cactus there because of reasons. So yeah, so that's a thing. But I think what I want to do is let's come in. These are odd. Let's do this. We're gonna come in here with a little bit of glass, little bit of mosaic. Oh yeah, this is gonna be cool. In fact, I could change out some of this glass in the middle for some panes. which would be cool. You're not sure if... Yeah, see, the... in that solo world, spawn is at roughly 0, 0. I think you spawn at the top of a tree. So... Or it's right around 0. It's in the middle of a frozen, happy, sprucey forest thing. Which I know I like, but... Ta-da? Okay. There we go. Yeah, I did not relocate spawn in that world, which is going to be an interesting situation because... Yeah, no, the tree aspect is right. No, it's going to be interesting because I like that. It's got a little kind of heart thing, but it also gives Cactus vibes, and I'm down for that. Now, it's going to be interesting because one of the things I'm going to be doing probably on Saturday is it's going to be a long flight, but we're going to get out and we're going to take a look at where I want to start a new base. Because I am not entirely starting over in that world. But kinda. I want to step away from the ancient city for a while, and I think I know where I want to be. But it's tens of thousands of blocks away from my base and where spawn is. So yeah, it's going to be a special breed of fun. And lots of flying. Okay, you know what? Because this is mostly glass, I think I'm going to replace this glass with concrete. You know, it's just, there's a wall here. All this glass is doing is looking at dirt. And, you know, sometimes you want to look at dirt. And sometimes you want to look at it through a glass. But today is not that day. And, okay, and I just want to get some concrete in here. Of course, we're too short. Well, cheese monkeys. How's it going there? What's that? Alexia over there on Beam or on Kick? Excuse me, on Kick. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a fabulous day. I am doing all right. I'm out of concrete, which is annoying. So let's go see if I've got more. Oh, I do. Hey, score. All right. I like it when I have what I'm looking for. You know, it's high on my list of things I like. No complaints for today. Nice. It's good to be there. I have complaints, but most of them are related to the fact I'm old. Uh-oh. Stream joke! Doctor, you've got to help me. I'm addicted to Twitter. Doctor, I don't follow you. Okay, then. There's humor in there somewhere. At some point, we may find it, but, yeah. All right, so this is going to be here. Am I still in my 20s? No. No, no. I am rapidly approaching 50. It happens. Now, what other games do I play? So I play Minecraft. And I also play Minecraft. And then when I get tired of Minecraft, I also play Minecraft. So, yeah, I'm a man of limited interests. All right, so what am I going to put here? Oh, you know what? Okay, I've got to try this. I've got to try it. I don't know what it's going to look like. But I feel like I have to try. Hang on. There's a block over here. Ta-da! It's old from his health. Yeah, well, that's what's hurting today. My health. No, I don't know what I did. Sometime Saturday, Worse. Here we go. We're going to take blocks of experience. This could be fun. Now, sometime on Saturday, probably while I was sleeping, because that's when I get the most injuries, apparently. I think I hurt my foot. If I had to choose any one game I can play a whole year, which game would it be? Minecraft. Because that's pretty much what I do. All right. Okay. That's that. Yeah, okay. Sure. Except Minecraft? There are no other games but Minecraft. Minecraft is it. I just play Minecraft. No, that would be a hard answer because I mean, I used to just be able to sit and play like sports games and stuff. I can't do that anymore. It's not a thing. But yep, Minecraft would be it. All right, let's check light levels. Light levels are okay. But no. Yeah, and it's weird because I never expected that Minecraft would be my favorite game of all time ever. Actually, you know what? Let's take this out. We're going to put this in as concrete, I think. Oh yeah, the experience blocks here. Oh yeah, they are definitely bright, but I'm going to go with it. We're going to go with it, and it's going to be great. You know, you need whole blocks of experience here. It's fine. Okay, let's go ahead and fill that in, and it's down this way. And do I happen to have ladders? Well, that's a nope. There's all sorts of nope happening there. All right, cool. Oh, hey, Sprite's on the server. Nice. Sprite be sleeping. All right, so we're gonna drop this in here now. Okay, I have planks. Cool. All right, so let's get ourselves. Actually, I probably only need one set of ladders here. Yeah, that's fine. And then let's see. I do want a trapdoor, and let's put one more block there, just cause. And those have a cool sound to them. Let's. You know, I think I might just. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with oak trapdoors here. You know, I don't think I want to do anything crazy. Mostly because I am trying to kind of sort of match the vibes of. Okay, there we go. Match the vibes of the rest of this village. I don't want to get too crazy. Yeah, we'll just take some generic oak trapdoors. That'll be good. There we go. Cool. So now this is how you get down into the farm here and get all of your happy cactus. Okay. It's definitely happy cactus. Okay, maybe it's not so happy. It is kind of prickly, I have to admit. But still, it could be happy. And that's the important thing. All right, so the last thing I need to do on this is a roof. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do an oak square roof on this guy. It's going to be pretty, or an oak, yeah, stair, not square, stair roof. Again, I want to sort of match the vibe of this original village that's here. So we're going to do that. Let's see, how do I want to do that? I mean, I could come out, well, maybe not like that. Let's turn these the correct way, shall we? Okay, yeah, I think we'll do that. It's no. No, it's fine. It's fine. I can call that fine. All right. We shall be fine. Oh, the fineness. Now, I think I may do something a little different on the corners. So we'll keep that going. Oh. Ah, okay. It's like I saw a movement. What the heck is moving? Yeah, it turns out the ice cream truck is going by. I'm actually really glad we didn't figure out how to give it annoying music. Hey, sprays. What the heck is that? Anyway. Oh, all right. Okay, so this will go there. There we go. All right, so this is going to meander over this way. I do like the cactus. Said it would be cool. You know, honestly, what I might do... Ooh, it might be fun to go get some fence and just take a little bit of like iron bars or something. Right down across that. I think that's going to be good. But first and foremost, we're going to put on the roof. The roof is going to go on the top. If it doesn't go on the top, it's not the roof. Because that's what my teacher says. And we all know that teachers are always right, except when I disagree with them. It's one of the fine emotes. Okay, yeah. Came from a hype train. Okay, nice. I think what I'll do is I'll put slabs on those corners. I think that'll be good. All right, and yeah. All right, well, let us continue. Oh, actually, we're going to continue this way because I think I am going to do something a little different with those corners. So I only stream on Kick. Actually, no, I am streaming on Kick, Twitch, and YouTube. And Beam, technically. Okay, that goes there. Okay. Come on. Eventually. You know, it should be set up. I mean... Well, the good news is there's an upgrade coming for StreamerBot, which will officially support Kick, and I won't have to do the weird hack I've got going on. So that'll be nice. Be nice. But yeah, I do multi-stream. Kick was sort of a, hey, because I can, let's do it. If I had to choose only one platform, YouTube. I would only stream on YouTube. YouTube is my main channel. Everything else is just a bonus. Okay, let's get this going around. All the way around. All right, do I want to do one more round on the roof? Yeah, let's take it up one more block and we'll see where we get from there. Okay. And because I think what I'll do, I don't think I want to take this all the way up to a pyramid roof. I think I want to come up, said we'll do like one more block. And then from there, I'll just put bottom slabs. And I think finish off the roof that way. Which will be fun and exciting. Or would be had I enough blocks to do so. Okay. There we go. Oh yeah, no, I mean I understand. Twitch is the king of live streaming. That's the reality. But my main channel is YouTube. I've talked about it before. If I had to stop multi-streaming, the party would be on YouTube. I think I missed, I did miss some stuff over here. Let's get over here and fix this. Forgot to put in some mosaic. Now, I'm not going to say that YouTube is the best streaming platform ever. It's not. You know what? I think this actually is going to go concrete. As much as I'd like to have the glass here, with all of the dirt and stuff in the way, I think it's just going to look better to put it concrete. Concrete. There we go. Okay. And we'll just take this one out too. Yeah, I think this will look a little bit better. Okay. It is a little bit, I guess, maybe a little funky, but on the other hand, we're all blocked here, so it's all good. Yeah, no. Mix it up. StreamerBot is definitely talking to Kick, so. Yeah. Alright. I wonder if I screwed something up to set up. Anyway, that's a problem for future me. Let's finish getting this, getting this roof put together. But no, I'm not a big believer in platform holy wars either, so it's like, yeah, whatever platform floats your goat, you know? Well, okay, so Twitch, Kick has softer restrictions. It might. That's true. On the other hand, I run a family-friendly channel, so my restrictions have always been stricter than what Kick or YouTube or Twitch has. So, all right, let's grab some slabs. Slab. Okay. Nope. We're fine. We're fine. Everything's gonna be great. We're just gonna slab. All right. Now I have way more slabs here than I need, but you know, it's okay. I do need to go in there and take out all that dirt, though. Let's do that real quick before I get too buried in the weeds here. Okay. Oh, cactus. Turns out cactus. A little pointy. Okay, something to keep in mind if you plan on sticking it in your shoe or something. All right, I think I've got. Oh no, it's these ones. Woohoo! Oh, and I'm purple now. Okay. All right, we done jumping on the cactus. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, stream joke. A magician was driving down the street, and then he turned into a driveway. It's talent right there. All right. You know, Riley needs better jokes. Ah. Oh, hey, we're falling asleep over here. Let's get ourselves some happy little beds. All right. Ah, this will be good. This will be good. No, I actually did have a episode of my podcast about Kick. You can find it over on the over the podcasty goodness there. But yeah, I threw up an episode of my podcast talking about Kick. And some of the issues, good, bad, and otherwise, it was exciting. My channel is, I don't know what you're talking about it being empty. I've got my about page set up. I've got my PFP. I've got my other stuff. But if you've read the channel rules when you joined, you'll know that self-promotion is against the rules and will get you banned. I know, not everybody reads the rules, but still. All right, that goes there and there. And, no. Uh-uh. Ta-da! Okay. And I think, therefore, we're good. Okay. And this is all safe because it's bottom slabs and stairs. So I don't have to worry about light up there or anything like that. Let's see if I happen to have any iron bars. Otherwise, we'll craft a few. Because I think that's going to be an interesting addition there. Oops. Down we go. Hey, snoopers. Welcome, welcome. Glad you made it. You have a theory. Uh-oh. Snoopers has a theory. Where did I put iron bars? Maybe over here? Ah, yes, iron bars. What do you know? I found them. I found them and they're here. There we go. These glass panes should probably not be there, but that's okay. Iron bars. Put my foot in my mouth too often and now I'm paying for it. Okay. That is totally why my foot hurts. That is definitely what it is. I would have to agree. That's almost certainly what the problem is. Yes, definitely. Okay, anyway. All right, ores. Got it. All right. Sweet. Oh, that's an iron bars overlay. No, I don't want that. We're going to go with way too many iron bars because that's just the way I roll here. Yeah, no, it's all right, Alexia. I think I'm good. All right. So let's meander over here. All right, so we're going to bring this down like so. And like so. Bunnies aren't just cute. Well, you know, I have seen the rabbit of Arch. And yeah, I would agree. Bunnies, they're not to be trusted. Okay. We're going to bring this all down like so. And like so. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure. And the twitchy little noses. Yeah. Absolutely. All right. So that goeth thusly. And I need to be able to walk through here. So I don't think we need any more than that. All right, cool. I mean, this would actually be more suited for an XP farm than a cactus farm, but I'm down. Those blocks, those swirly green blocks, those are blocks of experience. Yep. That is XP in block form. And it's really cool. I like it. I like it. Woohoo. Yep, that'll go there. So, yes. Yeah, you can get... in fact, I feel like I should do a little something else there. I don't know what, but something. Yeah. Not that experienced. Well, let me learn you something. Because that doesn't imply any sort of... negative connotation at all. No, not even a little bit. No, I think... Let us meander. Not one for suggestions. Well, that's probably true. Oh, over here. I think I have... So, you get these nuggets of experience. from sometimes like crushing ores and stuff, yeah, you can turn them into blocks of experience. And it's really cool. Okay. So it's 9 nuggets. So, yeah. Yeah, no, Creeper Pinos, perfectly valid suggestion. 100%. Not for this world, but, yeah. Or getting talked into turning my solo world into an SMP. No, that couldn't possibly happen. Actually, it's really cool. I'm kind of excited about that. Anyway, so that's how you get that. If you were to crush ores or do other things, you can get that. It's also possible to potentially pull there we go. I can scroll. Pull XP out of the fluid tank and I think mix it with honey and you can make the blocks, but yeah, I just love you that much. Yep. Oh, I need to do something around the corners here. Let's do the slabs. Hi, I would like to get some of your slabs, please. Thank you. I think I do want to bring this around this way, but I'm going to leave that little section of logs sticking up. You know, I don't know if I'm okay with that. SIMP squirrels on my pants. For those of you who have watched Phineas and Ferb and get that reference. You know what? I might actually this might be cool. What if I were to bring these down this way? And maybe not that one. Survival introverted multiplayer. Yes, it's a server of introverts. Well, you know, I was watching Joel Duggan. For those of you who don't know Joel, he's I like this. It gives us a sort of a prickly feel. I kind of like that. Yeah, so he's one of the hosts of the Spawn Chunks podcast with Pixel Riffs. Does good stuff. He's got a multiplayer server. He used to play on his server. Oh, wow. That's cool. Yeah, he's got his server, the Citadel. And, okay, we've got Hillside here, so we're not going to fence that up. And that's kind of the feel I get from it is, yeah, there are other players there, but there isn't a whole lot of interaction. Okay. Yeah. That could be fun. Oh, you know what could be really cool? Let's see if I've got some... All right, crafting table. I don't have enough crafting tables on me. I think we need to change that. Let's grab a couple more. I don't really need to go crazy on this build. I really don't. I'm going to, but we don't need to. Okay. Actually, Sprite might have tried to join before you started experimenting in forestry. All right. Let's go ahead and bring this down like so. So we're going to put this glass in. I think this is going to look good. And I think what I'll do is let's pull out some of this. Okay. And we'll put the glass panes in there. And we'll do the same thing up here. I think this is going to look cool. Also, I think I'm going to sneeze, but that's a separate problem. Turns out I was right. It depends on when that was started. Yeah. I don't remember exactly when. Because we were testing some things out, so I don't remember exactly when all of that fun went in. But okay. So I think to make things match, this one should be glass. All right, cool. The sun will come out tomorrow or whenever someone sleeps tomorrow. That's the glass. Ah, okay. The forestry before sprite. Okay. That's fair. Okay. You know, that is sort of a weird look, but I am totally down with it. I'm totally down with it. Speaking of sleep, are you going to sleep? You full of the sleepies? Are you a sleepy snoopers? All right. I think we're good. I think this is going to be a nice little, a nice little cactus farm. Okay. Nothing overly crazy. Just a little bit of happiness and pointiness and stuff. Oh, the heat and the white noise of the fan. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. I would say this last little project is done. Wow. Okay. Wow. Wow. And stuff. I do like that. Okay. Anyway, let's all right, so I promised a world tour because that's going to be fun. I know there's one torch. I've got to hang on. I have frog lights. I have carpet. I have a light level overlay. Okay. I don't need any of it because it turns out we have plenty of light and we're all wonderful here. You know, because, you know, we are and stuff. You're spoiled with central air. Nope, I get it. I get it. I live with Rocky Mountain air conditioning, okay? Which means that at night, we throw open the windows, put fans in, and blow all the cold air in. And then before it gets hot in the morning, we close all the windows and seal the cold in. It mostly works. There's a definitely mostly vibe to that. That's the way you do it. Yeah. It helps that there's a 40-degree Fahrenheit. Yep, that's right. It's a 40-degree Fahrenheit difference between night and day. Just about every day. That's just so it gets cool enough that we can do that. It's the joy of living in a mountain desert. All right. So, I think what I'm going to do here for our happy world tour. Yeah, a mountain desert. Not a mountain dessert. That's as sweet and tasty as that might be. I mean, who doesn't like a good mountain dessert? You know, we had key lime pie the other day, and it was amazing. All right, so nope, assemble the train. Cool. Oh yeah, government income. Yeah, they're not going to spring for AC. Heating makes sense. Where you live without heat would be stupid. But okay. So the next question here is, do we take the RV or do we take the sports car? And I think I think we'll take, I mean, there are extra seats here. But, yeah, I was going to say, up in the Canadian whatevers, I'd expect it. All right, so step one. Oh, wait for you. Okay. All right, I will wait. I will wait for you. We shall ride in the RV. We have seating. Strangely enough, we have the same amount of seating in the sports car as we do in the RV, but the RV has a bed, so you know, it's all right. Well, there's Sprite. Okay, you may end up sitting with a lantern in your face, but I'm sure it's going to be perfectly comfortable. Won't be any problems at all. No, so what we'll do is we're going to start with some of the outlying areas, and then we'll come back here and see where we're at, see what other fun things we've got around here. And then depending on how much time we have left, we might break out some potato cannons and launch veggies at each other because, you know, that's fun. You know, we gotta get the veggies. Of course, if you're over on the far side, over in that little town over there, I can come pick you up. Potentially. All right, so we'll head over there. Because I've got a parking spot over there. All right, now the one drawback with this is we'll see how traffic goes. I'm sure we're gonna be fine. Everything will be great. We're not gonna have any problems over here at all. Right? Right. Why do I have an egg? Apparently this drive comes with an in-flight meal. Okay. Oh, here we go. We're going. We're going. Just. Okay. Oh, okay. Hang on. We're about to have a bad day. Hi. Okay, I told you traffic was bad this time of day. Man, I came home from lunch the other day and was walking home from lunch and there was a wreck just outside my house. I live in the I live at a corner of an intersection and okay. I think it's the same train. Come on, man. You go over there. Okay. Oh, there's Snoopers. All right, cool. Let's no, come back here. All right. We'll catch up eventually. Okay. Woo. We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay. There. We'll just throw a wild chicken into the landscape and oh, I think I just hit some villagers. I think I might have just killed some villagers and okay, we're gonna just pretend like that didn't happen and all right. Yeah, jetpack doesn't help. Okay, so do we have everybody? Okay, here comes Snoopers. All right, we are going to head out to the Badlands. In a minute. Okay. Nope, we're good. Okay. So you should be able to just sit on one of the cushions back. Just sit on one of the seats over by Sprite. Since unfortunately the yeah, there we go. All right. Badlands? Oh. Badlands. And we're off. Okay, we're going to see how many wrecks we get into between here and there. But no, anyway, so there was a wreck. Apparently it just happened before I got home. And looks like somebody pulled out and wasn't looking and got T-boned. How does it keep kicking you? I don't know, but... Okay, stop. Okay, hang on. Why does it keep kicking you off? You're supposed to be able to just sit on it. Heck, I remember Sprite just sitting on it. When, that was weird. Where's my sandwich? I must have a thinking sandwich. I go on without you. Okay. All right. We'll go. That is so weird, though. You're on the merry-go-round. Okay, that's fair. All right. Badlands, here we come. Except we did want to go up the that track up into the portal, so. Oh, you clipped off on a corner. I could see that. All right. Well, sorry, we're gonna have to go around again. We missed it the first time, and we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. Woohoo! Okay, here we go. You know, this is sort of a steep climb. Now, it is a little bit weird going... Hi. I feel like I'm kind of stuck in a portal. Ah, okay. Whoa. I don't know where I am, but I'm sorry. The world is making me sick. Okay, walk. Wow. No, I'm just okay. Free cam off. Okay, there we go. I was just stuck in free cam. That's awesome. All right, now I need to figure out where the train went because, yeah. This may have been a mistake. See, they tell you not to drive and to fly long distances because it's safer than driving and... Yeah, okay. That's what's going to happen, I guess. Oh, I was going to say, do I have an elytra? I do. Okay. So, anyway, the world tour is going beautifully. We're off to a great start. We crashed twice, and then the car drove off without us. So, you know, we're doing great. Service. Not happy. Okay. Okay, I hope this is the right way. Okay. I don't think this is the right way, but we'll see. We'll see what's out here. Hey, look! Look where I am! I'm back in the car. Okay. Cool. Anyway, so welcome to the Badlands. This was a nice spot to come to pick up all of the terracottas, right? Oh, here, I'll sleep even. Okay. And then down over here, we follow the signs to the spiders. I have a little spider farm. Yeah, with swords that make with the stabby. Right? And so... Is that... Oh, yeah. That's... You can turn the farm on. Right? And here come the spiders. Yep. and then turn it off and the spiders stop. But you can get, we've got a fair amount of experience sitting over here. But this was so I could get spider eyes and string. Because it turns out spider eyes useful for things like potions and stuff, right? But yeah, so yeah. So that's mostly what ended up out here. That's your turn to get stuck in the portal. Yeah, see, apparently driving through the portals should be nice and safe, but... So yeah, so this is the Badlands. And when I get started back in the... Oh, there you are. That was quick. So when I get started up again in vanilla, we're going to be building in a Badlands. We're going to be building in an eroded Badlands, I think. So, all right. So next place, let's go to... I think the mangrove swamp will be good. Let's see how well this goes. Here's hoping we can actually drive nicely through the nether. Otherwise... Oh, your client is still showing you in the portal. I see you there. Well, we're going to get there. It's going to be great. We're going to have all sorts of fun. You're back now. Nice. Okay. Yeah, so that's the Badlands. Yeah, it's not cursed at all. No. Okay, so apparently what's going to happen, I'm going to just sit here and twitch for a minute with an egg. So we're going to have to go back into the overworld and go back into the nether because I didn't have a path to get where I needed to go. Because, yeah, that makes sense. All right. Oh no, I am, wow. Okay, no, we're back. We're back. Yeah, no, I am totally caramel macchiatoed up, man. Okay, good. We didn't spawn another chicken, so that's great. All right, so I believe this way, where all these critters are. Now, I didn't label anything, so we're obviously doing stuff. Okay, I think that's the end portal. But out this way, I think that's what that is. I suppose I could have checked the train station. Again, I was so good about labeling things, you know. Because this is a big portal, I expect to drive through it, you know, so. Of course, aha! We have found it. Yeah, turns out it's a swamp. It's actually a nice swamp. Full of, you know, swampiness. You've been to this one, yeah. It's, I thought there might have been a jungle nearby here too, but I could very well be wrong. But this happy little swamp is where we keep the frogs. It's a bit away. Okay, makes sense. So yeah, so there isn't much going on out here. But I did set up a little area. We'll free cam down. Right down here where I could breed frogs. It's past the acacia. Okay. So, you know, nice and happy. Nothing crazy. I just had to come out here to, one, get mangrove, and two, get other stuff. So, all right. So that goes there. All right, we'll get to the Guardian Farm here in a minute, but let's go. I believe there's a train station for the end. Yeah. Okay. So we're off. We're off to the end portal, and we'll see how badly I glitch through the nether this time. I'm sure it will be nice and smooth, and it won't be a problem at all. Yep. It's going really smooth. We're smooth. Well, we're loading terrain, so yeah, this is my excuse. I have cat. That's why it's not working. I'm almost afraid to log out. Whoa, 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 whoa. Glitch. Oh, painful. Hang on. We're gonna save all of you happy people. I am, however, going to have a seizure. Okay, so hold on. Just we've got. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay. You're not seeing it, okay? Be glad you're not seeing it. It is a glitchy mess. I'm going to disconnect and reconnect. Ooh, okay, so taking the car might have been a mistake. Okay. I don't know where the car went, but I'm not in it. Okay. So somewhere around here, there's a car. Yeah, no, purple's good. All right, but yeah, so there's an end portal. It exists. I didn't build anything in the end, so I went in, killed the dragon, got some wings. Oh, sorry, my kids are doing something, and on the roof above me, or the ceiling above me, and it startled me, and I do not have more rockets. Oh, this is awesome. Okay. No. So we're going to go with our 6 rockets. And I'm actually really curious. Oh, there's the car. Haha, it finally caught up with me. All right, we're good. Okay, the next stop should be easier with fewer glitchy potential things. We're going to go to Guardian Fish. No. I'd like to go to the Guardian Fish, but yeah, what the heck. We'll go to the Guardian Fish. This will be a little bit safer. Of course, I do have to actually tell my driver where we're going. So, you know, it's good. Yes. Pass me as a jerk. Yep. That is the quote. 100% truth being spit out by pass me by the quotes there. Okay, so welcome to, whoa. Oh, right. It circles around. So welcome to the Guardian Farm. So we'll leave the car here in the Nether and we'll go in this way. Also apparently don't have any fish here. Cool. That honestly kind of surprises me a little bit, but so that's not good. Okay, so that's all of those. Yeah, it looks like something in my oh, look at all those happy people. This prismarine shard needs... Oh, right. Never mind. See, that goes in, and boom, you get sea lanterns. Oh yeah, this is good. Okay. Wow. We have spit. Oh, thank you, Sprite. Beat me to it. Okay. Oh yeah, it is so slappy here. But yes, so we have guardians that yep, it's good. So they come through here. Here, let's duck through the other side and so we can see the Guardian farm. It's not much of a farm, but it's totally a farm. Okay, that's not true. It's a perfectly fine farm. Other than the fact I should have done better at spacing out the things. But if we come over here to our happy AFK spot, which is where Sprite is. Yeah, see, I did a bad job of spacing out the portals. But yeah, we get all of these happy little guys that pop through here and eventually pop up into the portal. Oh yeah, this was fun because oh, well, here, can I? Nope, we just don't get to see through the water. Yeah, we took a large drill, like a 20 block tall drill, and we just completely demolished the thing there. And we got to see Elder Guardians bounce, so that was fun. It's not quite as fun as my itchy nose, but you know, sometimes you have to choose your fun. Okay. But yeah, they all drop out there into some powdered snow, and you get all the happy, fishy, splatty goodness. And we have a purple, technically that is a windmill, so, you know, that powers this whole thing. It's good. So we've got all this fish here just waiting for going on pizza and pasta and all that good stuff. Oh yeah, show off your map art area. We'll get to that here in a bit. I think the next stop we're going to take is let's head out to the Froglight Farm. Okay, Froglights Farm. Okay, and go. Good news is we'll stay in the Nether, so we won't have any other glitchy weirdness, at least for the moment. It'll be perfectly fine. Will be exciting and stuff. But yeah, we totally should jump out there because Sprite did some cool stuff with map art for some of the builds, including putting up like the we just ran over a chicken. It's all good. I'm sure the chicken didn't mind. Anyway, so Froglight Farm. The cool thing about this is that it's basically a vanilla Froglight Farm, just with belts and stuff underneath to pick up all the stuff. Oh, and it has an elevator. It had an elevator. Maybe there's an elevator. Anyway, Froglights are a thing. I wonder if the... Oh, I think my elevator... Yeah, occasionally weird things happen. They get glitchy. Okay. Yeah, I think what ended up happening here, yep, is something happened to the world and it broke the elevator. Okay, well that kind of sucks. But, oh, look, a fortress. It's not like I was lacking in fortresses, but anyway. So, Froglight Farm. Maybe happened to the world. No, it's, we did have some corruption that happened a couple of times, and so and honestly, Create Mod does get a little funky with some of the entities like elevators and things. So, but yeah, we've got a little windmill that's powering all of the things here. So this is why I have so many Froglights, because Froglight farms just are crazy. Ah, so crazy. Okay. Let's see. I don't think there's any place else in the Nether that we need to go to. So Cool. Let's head back to the main base. I think what we'll do is we'll get back to the base. We'll take a detour once we get there. We'll jump out to Sprite's map art area. I have no idea how many times you were paranoid to touch something. Yeah. Yeah. I love Create Mod. I really do. But hokey smoke, does it get glitchy from time to time? I mean, eggs, man. So many eggs. Oh, and we have to whip around because we park in from the other side. No, it's just Create has some weird stuff. It's not even updates. It's just apparently I'm in my own head. It happens. You get inside your own head, it's dark and creepy in there, and you're just not entirely sure it's a great place to be. No, so there are some things like the sugarcane farm here. Oh, excuse my nose. It's just something fierce. Okay. We'll come through this. So here, we'll show the sugarcane farm real quick. Oh yeah, no, that was helpful, Sprite. But this thing is made with, right, we've got all these harvesters, but it's on a gantry, which is really cool. But I've had the worst luck with gantry-based machines, just at totally despawning and stuff. You're like the lava chucker. Oh yes, we'll hit that in a minute. Sprites, you want to do some magic and so we could just teleport out to your map art area? See, we do have a little teleport data pack installed. I never really used it, but it was handy for Sprite to be able to go out and take care of some of that stuff. Yeah. Beam me up, Sprite. And okay. So here we go. Oh, it's all diagonal fun stuff here. Yeah. Yeah, you can use zeros to teleport too. Yeah, okay. Cool. Holy. Now, obviously, Sprite jumped out here in creative and did a bunch of this stuff, but okay, hang on. I'm just going to free cam this because this stuff is just fun, right? It's like that. Oh, okay. We've lost it, but that is just all sorts of cool, right? So that's the sandwich. And then out here, let's see, there's the spaghetti, right? Yeah, I've only done the flat ones myself, but this is one of the things about maps is that the color changes depending on distance as well, like how high up it is. So, yeah. Yeah, you get an additional set of colors as you go up. I've seen stuff like this. I've never done anything with it, but yeah, you can do some cool stuff. So, yeah, this is... So, yeah, so this is Sprite's map art area, so, which is very fun and exciting out here. And definitely thanks to Sprite for making some of the cool, like this happy little sandwich and stuff. It's cool. All right. Let's head back to the base. Which I probably could do that, but I don't remember. So, because yeah, it was something. Anyway, Sprite will get me there. Okay, cool. All right, so let's see. How should we do the base tour? Right, because obviously we just hit all of the outside stuff, right? And there's a lot of stuff going on in the city. So where should we start? Let's tell you what, we'll start over here. So underground tour. Yes, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the factory and then we'll come over here. But world spawn is over in this area somewhere. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking of building order 2, but and actually that's not a I don't remember the total order. I've got all of my notes, but we'll wander through the city a little bit. But yeah, so world spawn is here. Oh, wait, we do need to drop into the nether. We'll do that here in a little bit, but where we go check out the lava chucker. But yeah, so we started with this village, and this was my house. This is where I started. This was, as I typically do, took over a house in the village and turned the floor into barrels. Because that's just how I do things. But it was cool. And, you know, hey, we've got arrow slits because, sure. Okay. My iron farm was originally in here. Now it stores frogs. Because, you know, frogs are cute. Yeah, my little lava farm for fuel. You know, growing a little sugar cane. The cactus farm, which we just finished decorating today, that came later. Because I needed green dye. I was going to need green dye for a build, and so yeah, so I set up the cactus farm, and that's just vanilla except for storage, so that's fun. All right. So obviously this is an empty floor of the factory. But it's kind of nice up here. You know, there's definitely room for activities. I don't know what activities, but there's room for them. But let's head downstairs. And so we've got this cool elevator that, one, it can take us all the way up here to the portal. That's the portal the trains were going through. What is blurp is a thing that does sound effects. Extra sound effects, and I think it'll do text-to-speech. It's all powered by Twitch bits. Or if you have a blurp account and you can use their version of bits, it's kind of fun. Yeah. But in here, I've set up 2 skeleton spawners because I needed bones. Not bone meal, I needed bones. And the skeletons come in, and those that survive the fall hit the saws. And it's fun. Yeah, no. Okay, so yeah, it's exciting. Yeah, you relate to needing bones. Most people, I find, are pretty happy having bones. If without bones, people tend to get kind of floppy, and that's just weird. All right. So over here, this is one of the early things I ended up building were drills. In fact, let's pull one out. Not the tall drill. Let's get the... I started with a small drill, but it became this thing. Okay. It's a 7x7 drill. This is what I used anytime I needed to start, you know, drilling, right? If I was going out gathering resources, I needed stone or whatever, or I needed to dig tunnels. Like all the underground stuff was this. And yeah, that's totally how I ended up with so much dirt and cobblestone. So much cobblestone. Yeah, you're not wrong. So much everything. But these are actually set up so that if I flip the switch, if there was anything in the storage, which is any of these barrels, oh, actually, there was stuff in there. Cool. All of this drops out this belt up this way and eventually comes down here into the storage system. And we'll look at the storage system a little bit more here in a little bit. But yeah, this was all the fun and excitement. But one of the first things I built was I knew I was going to need food, right? So I built this area. And this was kind of fun. Sadly, I should have built some more. Sprite did some great work getting some things built out for me, but basically what we have here is just a bunch of farms. So like here we've got a wheat farm. Right? We've got wheat. We've got, I don't know what's on this shelf here. Me. Okay, carrots. More carrots, potatoes, cabbage, tomatoes, because, you know, tomatoes are delicious for, you know, something. It makes good sauce, right? Got some onions, and some beetroot, okay? Yeah, ketchup. It's good for ketchup. Barbecue sauce, you know, stuff like that. And then we can come further down, and we added some more wheat. And Sprite, also, here's where we've got the nether warts. Some more wheat, some more wheat. And I've got a couple of places that these are ready for crops to go in. I just never did come down here and get crops in. But I believe, yeah. Oh yeah, we've got sweet berries down here too. But, so there's space. And Sprite was awesome. Sprite came through and made all the rich soil so that we could potentially come all the way down here. Obviously, I don't have all of the farming equipment down here. But this goes all the way down, basically, woohoo, all the way down to bedrock. But really, we just didn't get too much further than here, so. Okay, so we've got that. So yeah, so that's fun. And then those things, as these things spin, it connects up like to this PSI up there, or there's one down here that this one connects to. I'm actually kind of surprised it's not doing anything, but oh no, it's going. It's just slow. That's fine. Anyway, so that all comes into, this is actually basically a computer, a big storage system. Anything that drops into here gets distributed out to any of these storage boxes. And then on this side, we have rice, we have some more cabbage, we've got melons and pumpkins, and then a few more carrots and some more wheat and stuff like that, which is, you know, awesome. I'm a little bit concerned that it's not spinning, but okay. Oh, right. This is connecting down here. And down here we've got mushrooms. So we've got some red mushrooms and we've got some brown mushrooms. So that's how we've got all of the veggies. And then on the back side here, it all pushes out so that the trains can pick it up. So this is how I can get wheat for all of the cookies. This is how we get berries and tomatoes and all that fun stuff. You know, it's just cool. So now, unfortunately, I found out later that I really shouldn't put these right next to each other because the trains will end up picking up from like 2 or 3 of these before they stop to where they're supposed to go. But yeah, you can see this train, which is feeding the cows, Actually, it's for the meat farm over there. See, it's pulling wheat out of the system. And then the train will go over there and pick it up. When I started this world, one of the things I decided I wanted to do was I wanted to use trains to transport stuff all over the place rather than just have one big factory that made everything. Now, it led to some complications, but that's what we've got going on. Also, this is where I have my farmers. So I could trade whatever of these crops for emeralds early on, and then, all that good stuff. And then I moved my villager breeder in here, which I think I showed a little bit the other day. But you just throw vegetables in here, wheat or carrots or potatoes or something. And then you get baby villagers that show up down here. And then once they grow up, we get regular villagers down here. So, yeah, so we've got villagers. So this is one of the first things I built. And then the factory sort of ended up building up next to it, which was a little bit crazy. But this is how I had, this was where my first round of food was. Obviously golden carrots and stuff being a big thing. And so, yeah, it was really cool. Now, one thing that I also built fairly early was, well, let's come around in here. I ended up building up the factory over top of it, but this farm is one of your first fears. Yeah, see, well, the cool thing is all villagers are exactly 2 blocks high. So if they're standing on carpet or trapdoors, they can't walk out, which then makes it really easy to trap them places and do cool things. But this is one of the things I'm cheating with a little bit. I have one of the mods I have is for a cobblestone generator. Each of these is a cobblestone generator. You power it using create stuff, and it feeds cobblestone down, which I then spit out and send through the crushing wheels to get gravel. And then the gravel comes around, goes through the crushing wheels, and we get sand. And that comes into the storage here. Plus, they get processed. We'll go look at that in a second. But this was really handy. Because one, now I have infinite sand, right? And actually, I have infinite glass. Because what happens is, so I've got cobblestone that drops through here and will get cooked into stone. We've got stuff that comes out here, gets haunted, right? If you blow through a soul campfire, it haunts a thing. Yeah, it backed up. Eventually, yeah, Sprite added a relief system, which was good. I think I ended up doing a little bit of extra tuning on that too, but yeah, so we get blackstone. Actually, we get lots of things. Let's come over here. We'll take a look at the output. Yeah, so we get cobblestone, blackstone, gravel. Yeah, Sprite's definitely a handy one to have around from time to time, right? But yeah, we get andesite, which andesite is huge in Create Mod. It's used for all sorts of stuff. But yeah, we get sand, we get quartz. Again, I'm a redstoner. I like having quartz for observers and things. But it also generates gold ingots. We get glass, we get terracotta very slowly. Very slowly gets iron as well. But we also get soul sand and stone. So the colors mean it's completely full. So these are 100% full, so they're green, or so they're red. This is only 75% full, so it's green. And blue means there's nothing in it. So yeah, it's sort of a full indicator without seeing the text. But yeah, each of these little things here each of these little sections does something, right? So we get gravel coming through here. It gets washed and becomes like the iron. It gets washed, so we get flint, which is used for making andesite. We get iron nuggets, which I smash into ingots. So the andesite's fun. I'll show you that in a minute because it's sort of weird. But yeah, then over here, if you take sand and haunt it, you get soul sand. And soul sand, I forgot what you do with soul sand. But you do something with soul sand. I think you wash it. You fan through water, and you'll get gold nuggets out of it. And quartz. And then on this side, this is where I get clay. Right? So occasionally we get clay balls from the gravel, I think. And so, yeah, it's a very slow terracotta farm. And then, glass farm and all that stuff. So this was really handy to have throughout a lot of this. And I've got redstone switches to turn off those aspects of the farm when I'm full. But yeah, you get gold from soul sand, or you can get it from red sand, I think. But the way the andesite works, we'll have to free camp through here. But what ends up happening for the andesite is, hang on, yeah, is you take flint and you take gravel and you mix it with lava and you get andesite. Of course, oh, I'm full, so this is all stopped. But yeah, and diorite can be crafted with cobble and quartz, but looks like I actually have to clean out a couple of things here. But yeah, so that makes it really handy to get a lot of those starting materials, because you need a lot of iron, you need a lot of andesite. So that was slick. The other thing I built early was I did build the steam engine. I started smaller and I eventually built it out so there's 4 tanks. Hey, Limey over there on or Limmy over there on Beam. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Just doing a world tour here. Oh yeah, I know. It's like nobody would craft some of that stuff, but no, one of the first things I built here was a storage tank that I could hold lava and a train to go get it. Okay. Hang on. Unfortunately, I do have one problem. This system does tend to back up, and it's annoying. But anyway. So yeah, so the lava, yeah, it is easy to forget about. So the lava's there. I also have this is a chunk loader. If there's ever a train that stopped here to pick up lava, the chunk loader turns on so that it can do that. It's really cool. Yeah, and it is significantly easier to mine it than make it. Yeah, I've got... So there are a couple things like wheat, I think, gets really backed up in that thing. Anyway. So yeah, so between that and then this... Eventually, I hooked up the lava here so that I could use lava buckets to fuel the generator here. But steam, this was the big power plant to run my workshop. I didn't want to power all of the entire city off of it, but I wanted to be sure I had power for my workshop. So I started with, I think, 1 or 2 steam engines, and then I added a couple more. This is the same design that I have in my tutorial. So if you want to know how to build it, I have a tutorial. But this train, it's set so that if I ever run out of lava buckets here, it will go to the tree farm and pick up logs, which come through here and get cooked into charcoal, and I can use charcoal to fire this plant too. So yeah, really handy. But yeah, this is what powers my whole factory area here. Pretty much anything inside this giant spruce building, that's where the power comes from. So all of this stuff, and then, oh, is that a link to the tutorial? Okay, thanks Snoopers, for dropping that in. And then oh, yes. Yeah, you get some of the wrong mods and things just look weird. But then down here, which we've seen a lot because I run through here a lot, is my workshop. And I just set up little, hang on, I need food. I just set up little stations so I could do things as I needed to, right? I could crush things or use knives to slice or axes to chop. But no, that is perfect, Snoopers. Perfect. Now this will do mixing. Plus, if you add fuel, you can do hot mixing because there are some things you have to cook. Right? This is, you can run logs through here to strip them. You can run andesite through here. Right now I have it set to do shafts, but so that's handy, right? Just to, of course, sandpaper here, right? There are lots of things like casings where you have to put andesite on stripped logs. This just made it so much easier. I can throw stacks of stripped logs through here. I can put andesite or brass or whatever, and it does all of that good stuff. Or, polished rose quartz. You have to use sandpaper on rose quartz. It's just silliness, but yeah, so lots of little things. And then, of course, the big cooking array where you can smoke or smelt or haunt or wash, But the best thing here is this billboard, where I have the names of my supporters at musicfreegaming.com, because those people are awesome and amazing. Look at those awesome people right there. So, yeah. Yep. And so I also have a couple of other things here, like this machine. This machine makes train tracks, which, given that I'm going to be running everything by train, right, I needed lots of train tracks. And this one is just for one of the most annoying things to make, which is precision mechanisms. Oh, it's crazy. Oh, so how do you make the billboard? Oh, this is kind of cool. So you take these display boards, okay? And what you can do is you can link a... let's see if I can find it here. Somewhere here. Oh, yeah. I have a couple of... What do they call these things? These guys under here. These depots. Well, you can put a... What do they call this? A display link that looks at the depot. And if you put a named item... In this case, I have just named paper. It will put the name of whatever's on there on the sign, wherever I tell it to. So I have a couple of papers that say, "Aw, cheese monkeys," and "awesome and amazing." Like and subscribe, which if you're on YouTube, you should do that. And then Snoops and Satan Sprite. Right? So everyone's names come through here too. And then I just have a very, very slow thing here, so that what ends up happening is it will pick up the the names paper from these depots, shove them in the chest, and those will then get pulled down through the chutes onto the depots. So yeah, hyper handy. Right. So that was a fun little project because I wanted to give a shout out to my supporters because, you know, supporters are awesome. And this is just a giant crafting wall, which you need for crushing wheels and the chunk loaders and things like that. So yeah, this was... And then this ended up being just a fun area where, okay, the output for my wool farm is over here. I've got a little manual snow farm, you know, with this guy. I also have a little bit of a honey farm. And there's just one beehive. And the pumps will just pump honey out of it. And I could throw bottles or whatever here so I can get actual honey. Or I had shears in that dispenser up there so I could get honeycomb. Just so I could get those sort of quick and easy, you know, things for when I needed it. You know, and since we're here, right over here is my kelp farm. Yeah, oh yeah, the diorite wall is cool. Now this is cool because it's not pure diorite. This is cut diorite, which is part of Create Mod. It's diorite, but it's like toned down, so it's not quite as noisy, and it looks so much better. Sort of like calcite. Yeah, no, you're right. This would be awesome in vanilla. But yeah, so that's really handy. Instead, I've got this machine, just like the sugarcane farm, comes through here, harvests the kelp, and then back this way. It comes through here, I cook it, and then all of the cooked kelp comes back this way and is made into kelp blocks and belts, mechanical belts. And then the rest is available for use potentially for cooking, though I never did end up building the seafood shop that would have used kelp for sushi. But there's also... That goes to bedrock all the way down there. But on the other side, there's also a composter. So there's a little bit of a bone meal farm over here. And then this, I just got excited about it. Excuse me. This is a creeper farm. This is a purely vanilla potion brewer. So I've got huge amounts of invisibility potions and fire resist. I got a wild hair for this, and I built that, so I ended up putting that... Hey, Civil. How's it going with the blurp and the R2-D2 scream? Oh, that was fun. Yeah. How's it going, Civil? Yeah. But then this is... I set up a couple of... it took a little doing, but ended up bringing in some blaze spawners in here, and eventually, over this way, the creeper farm. Oh yeah. So this is where I get XP... And that feeds my enchanting deal over here. Have I heard Epic the Musical? I don't know that I have. But... Oh, yeah. Yep, those are creepers. Recommended. Okay, cool. It's about the Odyssey. Okay. The other thing I've got going on here, I went cheaty with a mod to do iron farms because I didn't want to build an iron farm again. But this comes out through Create to do all of this fun stuff. And then I've got villagers, right? And because I've got the simple villagers mod, you can just pick them up. And so I'd swap out villagers as I needed them. Right? And so I've got a whole box full of librarians and stonemasons and yep. So Ego, I stream. Actually, you're on Twitch. My schedule is updated. I stream 3 days a week. Tuesday, Thursday at 6 p.m. and Saturday at 7:30 a.m. U.S. Mountain Time. So, here, we'll just jump over to the webcam. There's the schedule over there. So, yeah, fun stuff. So, oh, okay. I guess we're going to be... it's exclamation color pink, snoopers. There we go. We got it. And now I'm pink. So, yeah. So that was fun, getting all that stuff in. I should have put a back wall on there, and I forgot. But, yeah, this is pretty basic flower farm here. This is a mud machine. You throw dirt in, and it sends it through into this basin, and then it spits out mud, which is handy. And, of course, a bamboo farm, which auto-crafts, obviously, bamboo blocks, but chests and barrels as well, because you need so many barrels in Create Mod. And so, yeah, got this whole factory set up back here. You know, this is all the infrastructure stuff going on. It's all sorts of goodness. But let's head up to the surface. And, well, actually, it's not even a... Yeah, we'll head up to the surface. And we're actually going to... Let's see, where should we go next? Oh, let's... Right through here is my chocolate factory. Because you have to have a chocolate factory, right? You need all the chocolate. Oh, I left a window open. But yeah, so I've got a machine here to harvest all the cocoa. And then it gets fed through the system here. Oh, no, hang on. Managed to get a couple of things through there that shouldn't have been there. Anyway. So yeah, so this makes chocolate. It makes a lot of chocolate. Oh, stream joke. I used to work for an origami company, but they folded. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, if you want to see how this all works, you can go back to the original video, but it's the whole slew of chocolate and cocoa powder and milk, and eventually ends up making chocolate and white chocolate and milk chocolate, which is lovely. So yeah, all the good stuff there. All right, so let's see. I guess we'll follow the sidewalk around and we'll just take the tour of the city here. Speaking of chocolate, this is the chocolate shop where you can order chocolate but you can get caramel and berry-filled chocolate bars and jars of frosting because, yes, we need jars of frosting. You can also get hot chocolate. If you, I think it's order a bottle plus one of these three, you get hot chocolate. And it's tasty. And get a frozen Charleston Chew today. Wow. Man, I haven't had a Charleston Chew in like 1,000 years. So the chocolate shop was fun. This was the first restaurant I built. This was the sandwich shop. It is the sandwich shop. And so you can come in here and, oops, apparently get some grass. Nope, that's okay. Yeah, oh no. Big sandwich. But yeah, you can order whatever sandwich you want. If you just want a meatball sub, or you want one that's just beetroot and lettuce, or the BLT, you can get the sandwich. And it spits out like 2 stacks on every order. So, yeah. So this is really cool. And all of the create mod goodness is down here. Again, if you want all of the explanation, you can jump back to the videos where I built all of this nonsense. It's a lot. Yeah. But yeah, you can get a beetroot and lettuce sandwich. I'm sure it's tasty or something, you know. A grilled cheese, you know, all the good stuff. And then we'll head back this way because over here is the donut shop. Oh yeah. Oh, I like good grilled cheese with bacon. So good. But here you can order donuts of various flavors. And donuts actually have extra effects. Like melon donuts give you regen because they're healthy. Yep. And if you get the glowberry ones, they give you night vision. Oh, yes, you haven't eaten. It's all good. And I'm going to show you all the food. So, obviously, this is... it's fine, right? Yep, so there's the donut shop. And then across the street is the haunted cake shop. So you pick your frosting, you pick your toppings. Yeah, Todd's just grumpy. But I love it. Skulk. Yeah, I decided I needed Skulk. So Snoopers and I we ended up raiding an ancient city just so I can get Skulk to and skeleton skulls. So I could build out the rest of this haunted cake shop. Oh yes, that's right. That's right. The Sprite built the donut on top of the donut shop, which was good because I'd have had all sorts of issues with that. But this is one of those builds that's just weird, and I love it. And I'm gonna have to use this purple. Okay, this is mod, but the purple glass with the soul fire, that just looks so cool. I'm going to have to use that some more in builds elsewhere because it just looks awesome. I love that. And then here we've got a chorus fruit farm because chorus fruit is used in frosting and jams and jellies and all that good stuff. So, yep. And there's the train. So just about every restaurant has its own train to go pick up ingredients, which was fun. Well, actually, that was the second restaurant. The first restaurant really I built was the bakery over here. And the bakery, you get sliced bread, and you get bread, and you get dough. Yeah, just a nice little shop. Yeah, with ceiling fans. Yeah. But the pickup station for this is right here. Where the hot dogs start. Yeah, hot dog bun store. Totally. Yeah. But that pickup station became the slide here in this playground. And then we've got our happy little merry-go-round over here with all of our villagers and our dogs and our llamas and our chickens and, you know, all the good stuff. And over here now we've got our Italian restaurant. That's where you logged out, of course. And the Italian restaurant, on demand, makes pizza to order. So if you just want a cheese pizza, or if you want a sausage pizza, or, you know, sausage and onion, you can totally do that. And you get it by the slice. Or you can come over here. This is because Luigi does the pizza, because Luigi is better. Oh, sausage and onions, your favorite? Nice. I'm a sausage and green chili type of person myself. Or jalapenos. But yeah, over here you can get spaghetti with meatballs or with fish or with mutton, if you're that type of person. And this will make spaghetti for you. All right, so you get pasta. So yeah, and this was fun. I had fun with all the mosaic, going with this very much old school Italian restaurant vibe. It's fun. I like this one. And of course the outside is, this was fun because it's a bunch of different flavors of brick. Right? It's some vanilla brick, but also some of this umber brick, which is part of the Create Deco mod. And then there are a couple of different styles of brick. So you get some fun little texturing in here. And then, of course, I got talked into building a fish fountain. So periodically during the day, fish just pop up in this fountain. Because, of course they do. Right? You know. This is one of those times, too, where I wish I had more of the new paintings. Because I threw paintings on this building, kind of like graffiti, but also kind of like, you see some of the, like the alleyways and stuff in like New York City, where they're just plastered with bills for new plays that are opening or other things like that. I kind of wanted that vibe on here. And then we've got Supporter Park. This was fairly new. We did this one the other day. Yet the server is definitely sad. It knows it's going to be leaving soon. But yeah, we've got Supporter Park. And again, got awesome supporters, Snoopers, and Satan Sprite. This we worked on a couple of other days, or a couple of streams ago, I guess. With some custom trees here. But over here, this big orange monstrosity, this is Wasteful Cookies. Where you can come in and got your... Alright. We've got cow racing, and then you can come over here and you can pick your cookie. Do you want chocolate cookie or regular cookie? What topping do you want on it? And it'll make cookies for you, which is fun. I don't know, this build, I sort of got like sports bar vibes or something when I was putting it together. So yeah, so it is very bright. It is very bright, but it works. Here other trains can come and they can pick up chocolate chips and butterscotch and stuff like that, because right down here, caramel and things like that, we've got all of the chip making happens down here. So I've got a little sugarcane farm, which is needed for, what is brown sugar, which you need brown sugar to make, I don't know, butterscotch, I think. Right, so we've got this whole thing under here, then plus the cookie factory where the raw cookies go through Snooper's head, and yeah, all the fun stuff. Got a nice gas station. This is train parking, which is used by McBurger Hut here. McBurger Hut is where you can come and you can order chicken cheeseburgers or, regular cheeseburgers or whatever. So I've got a couple of the good menu items up here, but yeah, all the tastiness. The problem is where this is built is right on top of where another village was. There was, and you can see it here, a little bit of a vanilla village. You know, dock appointment 4, some breathing issues. Oh, yes. No, take care of the sleep, Sprite. Take care of the sleeps. Well, yeah, so over here we've got a little bit of the village. Yeah, I'm a fan of breathing, too, actually. And a little decorative wheat farm. We built this cool little gatehouse. The villagers... This is the problem with using trapdoors for decorations. The villagers think they can walk through it. Rather than walk through this very nice portcullis, which is open for them to do so. But down here is the lava chucker. This was one of those early builds too. And you can tell because it's a hot mess. But the lava chucker, I needed... One, I use lava for fuel. But I needed an obsidian generator. Because if you take obsidian... Let's go ahead and pick up that grass. Take obsidian, squirt it with lava, and smash it a couple of times. You get sturdy sheets. And that's that. So those sturdy sheets are used for lots of things. They're used for train things. And I needed a lot of those. So I built this little factory for it. But the lava chucker. So the idea here is that I need lava. Where is a good place to get lava? How about the Nether? So it turns out, don't need a raw pork chop. So it turns out my Nether is basically a big flippin' lava lake. That portal up there, that's the one right near my the first village and where world spawn is and all of that. So I'm pumping lava out of the lava lake and we're just chucking it with buckets through the portal. Which, because I'm full up, it doesn't need to make anymore. But that was fun. And then right over here, because remember I needed lava, my trains come through here to pick up lava. And let me see if I can get out of here somewhere. Okay. Oh, I'm not. Oh, I am wearing a gold hat. Okay. Yeah, if we make our way up somehow. All right. No, we can do it. We can't do it. Where's the... I had a way. I had a way. It was here somewhere. I'm lost. Oh, the precious is lost. Okay. Up here-ish? No. Ah, okay. Let's see, where's... Alright, so if I fly over there, I can fly over there. Okay. Let's see if this works. If not, it's going to get spicy, but... Alright, okay. Yay, we're over here. Alright, so up here, my lava train will come by here. This pumps up lava from that same lava lake. And it'll come over here and pick it up. And I have another chunk loader so that when the train stops at the train station, it will load these chunks so it can pull lava. And then I have a nice, just a quiet little bartering farm over here because, you know, I needed stuff from the bartering farm. So this, you know, soul speed boots and all sorts of things. So, you know, all the good stuff. Up. Boy, the bots on Kick have updated their messages. I'm going to have to update my spam filter. Anyway, so yeah, so we just throw gold here, and they'll pick it up. They're standing on hoppers that feed into this storage box. You know, just a quick and easy little farm. Nothing Nothing crazy there, you know? Alright. So let's see if I can get back down. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. It's almost like I marked out a path, but then wasn't paying attention to it or something. So yeah, so that's really handy. And then the rest of this village that was here, I just buried. So, yep, it's still here. But I built up a couple of little gatehouses and things so that this village still exists. And this area is all built up so that none of the mobs that end up in here can escape. So whether it's Snooper's horse over there or the cows or villagers or whatever, they're not going anywhere, which is handy, you know? All right, so let's head back up outside. Let's see what else we got going on here. So there's the McBurger hut. Again, wasteful cookies. And I really like this. I don't do a lot of like landscaping and terraforming or custom trees, but I think these turned out pretty good. Obviously that was not custom, but I like how those turned out. Coming back this way, these windmills actually provide power for a couple of things. They power the Italian restaurant, and I think they power a couple of things over here too. I think they power the ice cream shop too. Because yes, what good would a restaurant be, or a city full of restaurants, if you didn't have a restaurant where you could order ice cream? So yeah, we've got apple and glowberry and melon and chocolate and vanilla ice creams, and they all pop up right under here, so you can have whatever ice cream you want. Turns out chorus fruit ice cream, not bad for you. Not bad for you at all. So, and then of course, you know, chat talks me into doing things. We have the merry-go-round. This was Amanda's idea, but yep, yeah. This is and there's Snoopers. So you know all the fun stuff here. All right, so there are a couple of other things we haven't shown. Over here, I said we're doing the whole world tour, so you know all the good stuff. This is the dairy, and this is where I can get butter, and I can get cheese. I get cheese and butter from here. I actually get salt from this side. And then from over here, trains can actually come and pick up milk. You know, and if you're careful, you won't get run over. And what's cool is there's actually a milk pipeline down here that runs over to the chocolate factory, that runs here for the ice cream. Right? It just makes things really handy. And, oh, yep, this is set so that it will just be constantly milking cows as it needs to, which is fun. So we'll head around back this way, and here is my tree farm. Multiple tree farms, actually. I'm farming just about every type of overworld tree. I actually am farming every overworld tree. I'm not farming any of the nether trees, actually, which is kind of surprising, but that's how it is. So yeah, so these little guys run back and forth planting saplings, and then all of the wood and stuff gets outputted. It gets dumped onto this belt and fed into this storage system. So I can come pick up whatever I need, or like this train over here, it can pick up apples, you know, for if it needs apples, obviously. Or it can pick up logs, which are, I've got a couple of places that use those for fuel. So that's fun. And then if we sneak over here, we'll just follow the track over this way. Over here, we've got some fun. So I set up a little area here so that I can harvest powdered snow. Because obviously I needed it for the Guardian farm, right? And down underneath, I have frogs. This is where I was breeding up green frogs. But this machine is fun. This machine over here, this is an ice farm. So ice will form in these in this water, and I've got a whole slew of silk touch pickaxes over here, just slapping away to get ice. And the ice gets loaded. It actually gets chilled, so it turns into packed ice. So if I needed packed ice, I could have some. And I haven't been AFKing over here, so it's pretty well empty at the moment. But yeah, so if I had a train that needed to come get ice, this is where they could do it. Obviously, I would have to AFK here for a while. This is a really, really slow ice farm, unfortunately. But it's cool. So I love Create Mod. I love all of the automation that you can get with it. And, you know, it's one of the reasons I chose to do food for my automation, or as the reason for building the automation, because there's so many different things that you need and different types of machines that you need to get there. So it's all sorts of fun. Yep. Here comes our happy mustachioed train. So let's come back here. Oops, dodge the cookie. Past our train parking. You know, for where the RV and my sports car and Sprite's train is. So we looked at the sugarcane farm, which is really cool. This actually, it doesn't make sugarcane, it makes sugar. All of the sugar that's harvested here gets turned into actual sugar, which is then used elsewhere. And here's my very little little sheep farm, wool farm, right? I've got a machine that can come. It's turned off right now because the storage is full. But it'll come through and it'll shear all the sheep and dump it back. We saw that earlier down in my workshop. But over here, in what it seems like a very nice, idyllic little area, is a nightmare of biblical proportions. Because this is the meat farm. And I'm now stuck. Okay. Yeah, so basically here we force feed animals until they explode. Yeah, so looks like we're in need of beef at the moment. Also, you can get XP from it if you needed it. Beef and mutton, it looks like, is what it's doing right now. But it will breed sheep, or rabbits, pigs, obviously chickens, right? All the good stuff. And then all of their goodies get dropped down here. I don't cook them. It's all raw. Because sometimes I usually needed the raw meats. And it gets processed at the factories with the restaurants. But yeah, all of this stuff comes in down here. Plus I set up some storage so if I needed to pick up any of this stuff, I could. So, but I also, this is where I get eggs for a lot of my recipes. And then I do have some wool, some leather, and over on that side, feathers. Just in case I needed them, you know. Leather, obviously, I needed for paintings and item frames. Not paintings, but item frames. This was my first wool farm, too. Oops, this one. I understand it's all white wool, but it was handy when I needed wool. And obviously, dyeing it is totally a thing, so. Yeah, and there you can see the trains are lining up to pick up veggies and stuff over there. Which is great. And so, yeah, we just come in under here, and we've got... I like this little design. It was kind of fun to put that together. But yeah, we come back under here, and there's... So we've got the pickup station for... Well, there's the drop-off station for lava. There's a pickup station for lava down here. And then we've got chocolate and cocoa powder train stations here. We've got we're doing okay. Doing okay. Yeah, like I said, there are a couple of spots here I definitely screwed up. And it could use a little extra stuff, but the bone farm, I said I needed actual bones. That's this mess here because bones are used to make marshmallows. Because we have marshmallow stuffed chocolate. So yeah, it was definitely a thing. Yeah. Oh yeah. You can actually make s'mores and stuff with this too, but yeah, or you can get marshmallows on a stick, I think. But yeah, it's yeah, so you can make s'mores pies and stuff too, but you can get s'mores and then yeah, you can get chocolate covered marshmallows on a stick, regular marshmallows on a stick, white chocolate covered marshmallows. Oh yeah. And there's a whole pile of fudge that I didn't get into making. But yeah, all that good stuff. And then these are the frosting. All the frosting gets pumped into here, which gets squirted on donuts and gets squirted on cake. Eventually we get all the pipes that flood over or run over here. So this is how I frost the cakes too when you order them. So if you need cream frosting or glowberry or chocolate, right? Yeah, so there's a lot of machinery down here, and it looks complicated, and it kind of is. But most of it is just, it does one thing at a time, and you just kind of chain it all together, and it tends to work out. Oh, I still have my, yep. I plan out what needed to go places by setting up signs with, here's what's going on. Yeah, I actually have this machine set up. It makes pie crusts, but I never actually ended up making pies. Oh, and turns out my train's crashed. That is one thing I never did sort out here was all of the traffic control. There's just a few places where the trains get a little bit crashy. And it's not ideal. But I do love how alive the city looks, though. When the trains are running around, and that's one of the things I wanted, is I wanted that movement, right? And I think for the most part, it's been successful. Now, Create Mod 6 makes doing all the train stuff a little bit easier. But, yeah, this was just, it was good. It was good. I never did add smoke to my smokestacks over here, but, you look out at the city, and it's just so cool. Hang on, I want to hop up here and we'll get a an aerial shot of the city. It's just a cool place to be. And yeah, I think just about every one of these buildings, except for the Chorus Fruit Farm over there, and obviously the windmills, but every one of these builds is a restaurant. Which, you know, that's my kind of city right there. This city, it's all about the food. And it was just so fun to come through and put all of this together. And, you know, I didn't make all of the foods, right? There are still foods like the fudge, like pies that I didn't do. There's a bunch of seafood that I didn't do. Right? Because there's some stuff that uses squid ink and stuff. I just didn't do any of that. But, you know, it's just a cool little town. You know, and I think we hit just about everything here on the tour. But it's been, you know, we've been in this world for, yeah, can I get some glow lichen? Yeah, if you go find it. I never did set up the glow lichen farm. I kept saying I should, so that I don't have torches on top of buildings to keep them spawn proof, but never did set up a farm for glow lichen. You know, there are just some things that just didn't need, you know? But it was fun, and it was cool. When I killed the dragon in this world, I did it with a potato cannon. Because why not? Yeah, oh yeah, there's some custom trees. Yeah, coming around this side, back behind the sandwich shop. I've got a couple of small custom trees. These, I think I need different trunks. But I do like this little park area back here. It's just, there's a Safeway not far from my house. And for a while, they had something kind of like this. They had bushes along the back of the building and stuff. They ended up having to cut the bushes down because they ended up having a problem with people sleeping and doing other things behind the bushes, and it wasn't good. But I kind of like the idea of setting up a little park area type here. And then when I expanded out to bring the donut shop here, and you know, it's fun. The this white mosaic glass, it looks like this window is broken, and I love it. This is just sort of a, maybe not the most reputable building in town, but like every donut shop I've ever been to, whether it was a Dunkin's or something local, I don't know that I've ever been to a donut shop that ever looked like it was new. Maybe like Krispy Kreme's when they very first opened. But aside from that, every donut shop I've ever seen looked run down in some way. Which is why this one's got a little stickiness on the floor. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I don't really like Krispy Kreme donuts. I know. Weird, right? Yeah, I don't know what it is about Krispy Kreme. I mean, they're fine hot, but once they're not hot, they're actually kind of a substandard donut, I think. But that's just me. I'm weird. So, yeah, this is it. I'm trying to think if there's anything I missed as part of the... They're simple. Yeah, that's fair. They are simple. And that's good. That is good. I don't need a big complicated donut, right? And Krispy Kremes are good. I mean, when they opened, you could only get one type of donut. It was a glazed raised donut. And that was it. And then later they added chocolate. You could have chocolate glazed raised donut. I don't know if they're doing anything else, but I'm used to donut shops where you've got a whole pantheon of donuts that you could pick from. Yeah. But yeah, so there are a couple of things I said I really like some of these shops, but oh, you had them when your kids were little, so that makes sense. See, I live at the corner of No and Where. The only Krispy Kreme we get are the Krispy Kreme fundraisers, which are day-old Krispy Kreme donuts that got shipped in so that the gymnastics team can raise money for something, or we don't have actual any of that. And the one donut shop we had in town closed, so the only donuts we've got are from the grocery stores, which are okay, but it's not quite the same. But yeah, so there are a couple of places. So I really, really like, I think if I had to name my favorite builds here, the cake shop would be one. I really love the way the cake shop it just went full goth, and I'm here for it. The sandwich shop is another. I really like how the sandwich shop turned out. That one is just interesting. I like that one. And honestly, maybe Luigi's here. My Italian restaurant. That's not to say I think the other ones are bad. And honestly, Supporter Park here is so nice. I really like this area. We were doing some terraforming and custom trees on this here last week, I think it was. So there are definitely some places that I just like. And heck, this area with the windmills, I think that ended up looking good. I mean, it's the giant windmills with a path and some grass, but I still think it works, So yeah, it's just there are some things I could look at. It's like, okay, the factory is very brown, right? And very plain, because it's all spruce planks. And okay, there are a few logs and some deep slate and stuff there, but it's kind of plain and stuff. But that's kind of fine, because I want the focus to be on all of these restaurants and stuff that are here. And it's fun. If you come down, let's head back over here to Southtown and the underground city. It's really cool to come down here because all of the mechanics for all of the shops are all under here. So you can come here underneath, and I had to fence it off so the villagers would quit doing their cardio on my belts here. But here's all the stuff to do the burgers, and the cookies factory is over here. There's even a cake just sitting over here because I left it there. Right? And you can just walk through and see all of the machinery, right? Right here we've got the pizza train, which is going to get logs probably for bowls and other things. I don't know what all. Heck, I don't even know why it's going to get logs. I would expect it to be done with that, but I don't know. It's going to get them. Oh, probably because I'm out of logs over here. Remember I said I used it to get charcoal? Yeah, so the logs come in, become charcoal, and then are used to cook a few different things, which is fun. Right, but here's all the redstone and create moddy goodness for the pizza factory. And this is what I'm standing on is the sandwich shop. Right, so you can just sort of walk all through here. There's the ice cream. This is the output for the bread factory. And then you can come back up, and now we're back inside the base. And yeah, it was so much fun. So yeah, am I gonna miss this world a little bit? Yeah. But the time was right. It was time for me to be done and to move on and said we're gonna head back to vanilla. We're gonna have all sorts of fun. And yeah, you can see the Steam engine I've got generates about 500,000 SU. I'm using not quite half of it, 38% of it. So, you know, I've got power to spare. So, yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the world then. So let's jump over here to the webcam. Oh yeah, that's right, we're pink. So, for supporters at musicfreegaming.com, I will make the download available so that y'all can download the world. I have a mod pack available so you can get all the mods to play it. This is what is it, 1.20.1, something like that. So, yeah, you'll be able to download it if you want to fire it up, play it on your own systems. That's great. Oh boy, this has been cool. Starting on Saturday, so I'm going to be back in vanilla, and we're going to be back and going solo. It's going to be all sorts of fun and excitement, and I'm looking forward to it. We're going to see all the good stuff. We're going to play with some happy guests. We're going to play with some crafters and do some other things. So yeah, it's sort of solo. The world is called Going Solo. Now it's sort of mostly solo. It's said I got tucked into turning it into an SMP. So there you'll see some like Snoopers is there and sprites over there. Oh, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really, really exciting. So that's what's coming up. I said it's a little sad to see the world go, but I said it was time. So I'm happy about that. But speaking of time to go, it is about my time to go as well. So that's right. I will be so far away because where I'm going to be building my base is like 10,000, 15,000 blocks away. It's going to be a little bit of a journey. But that's okay. It's just I wanted to build in eroded Badlands, and my main base is in a snowy taiga. Turns out they're not close. You know, that's how it goes. But it is what it is. In any case, I do want to give a shout out to all of my supporters at musicfreegaming.com who have been with me for a long time and help make this possible because they are awesome and amazing. Satan, Sprite, and Snoops. Obviously, their names have come up a lot here at different points, and I love that. So the next stream will be Saturday morning, 7:30 a.m. at U.S. Mountain Time. So be sure to check that out. Of course, if you follow the channel or like the channel if you're on YouTube and turn on notifications and all of that good stuff, Twitch and YouTube will usually tell you when I'm going live. So, or if you join the Discord, there's a role you can get. You can just go in and select, and you'll get notified by Discord when I go live. You could do that for all of them, and your phone will just blow up every time I go live. That's really the solution. That's totally what everybody should do. You should just have a chorus of bing, bing, bing every time I go live. That's just... No, don't do that. Pick one. If you want notifications, do that. But until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.